Hey, this is Math Minutes Pro with Dr. Harrison. Today we're going to talk about how to find the midpoint of a line, right? And usually the midpoint of a line is a point that is in between two endpoints, right? It is the middle point on a line segment. And then we're going to also work on finding the distance between 2 points, okay, in a straight line. So let's go ahead and start with the distance formula. Remember, the distance formula helps us to find the distance between 2 points. In this case, it's going to be between point A and point B that we have here. So let's write the formula down first. D equals the square root of, I'll just put that over there. And, well, I need a little more space, so I'm going to bring that down a little bit. So we have, let's go right here. D equals the square root of, we have the quantity of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus the quantity of y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So when we're solving a problem like this, we always want to identify x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. And in this case, I am going to designate this right here, this point A. So this x-coordinate is x sub 1, that's 2. And then negative 5, I'm going to make that y sub 1. And then for point B, I'm going to make this x-coordinate x sub 2, and 0 will be y sub 2. Right. So all we're going to do is substitute these values following this distance formula and use order of operations to simplify and find the distance. So in this regard, we have equals square root of, okay, so x sub 2, in this case, which is negative 2, minus x sub 1, which is 2. And don't forget squared. Usually students will leave off that. I've seen that as a common error when solving a problem like this. And then we have the quantity of y sub 2, which is 0, minus y sub 1, which is negative 5. So I'm going to put that negative 5 in its own parentheses. Don't forget, squared. Very good. Now, we're going to go ahead and simplify. So again, it's the square root of negative 2 minus negative 2 is negative 4 squared plus 0 minus a negative 5 is a positive 5 squared equals square root of negative 4 squared is 16 plus 25 equals square root of, the distance equals the square root of 16 plus 25, that is 41, square root of 41. So this is the distance between point A and B if you were to plot those 2 points in a coordinate plane. Now, let's work on the midpoint formula. So if I wanted to find the midpoint between 2 points, I'm going to say point, let's say C, point C, and we'll write the coordinates 7, comma 4, and point, I don't know, P. How about that? 9, comma negative 1. 74 and 9 comma negative 1. So we want to find the middle point between these 2 points if you were to plot them in a coordinate plane. So let's write the formula. It's a funny looking M, usually like that. We don't write regular M because that is used for slope. So we write a funny looking M like that. And we say that is equal to, all right. And what we have is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2, comma, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. Okay? So again, we need to designate or identify x sub 1 and y sub 1. So I'll let this one represent x sub 1 and y sub 1, okay? And these two, the x and y coordinates over here for P will represent x sub 2 and y sub 2. So we're going to follow this formula over here. So then we're going to write equals x sub 1, well, we'll write the quantity of x sub 1, which is 7, plus x sub 2, which is 9, 7 plus 9 divided by 2, comma, and then y sub 1, which is 4. Y sub 1 is 4. 4 plus y sub 2, which is negative 1. 4 plus negative 1 divided by 2. I've seen students forget to write divided by 2. They'll do all the math, but they'll forget to divide the x and y coordinates by 2. So then we end up with the quantity of 16. There we go. Divided by 2, comma, 4 plus negative 1, which gives us 3 divided by 2, equals. So we're in our last step. M equals, the midpoint is 8. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And then 3 divided by 2, of course, we can write that as a decimal. 3 over 2 can be written as 1.5. 1 and 1/2, 1.5. And that is the midpoint. This is the set of coordinates that serves as the midpoint between these 2 points, C and P. And this is our final answer. So thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my Patreon page on my video description below. On my Patreon page, you can get access to exclusive math lessons, study tips, live Q&A, and more. See you next time.